Hello, you beautiful thing, you. First and foremost, thank you for joining me on this journey. I really do appreciate all of you showing up and just spending time with me. So, today's video is going to be the first episode in our CrystaLac slash Brite tone comparison with Hyperion. Now, today's video, we are going to cover the base coat. Just a side note about the base coat. The first two layers of the base coat, I may or may not have not filmed that. So I was filming it, but apparently something happened with my camera and it just cut off. So I don't have those two layers. I do apologize. You will see the last layer of the base coat. And about that, another little boo-boo. I may or may not have grabbed the wrong color. So it is still pink. It's just not the very soft pink that I was looking for, which is fine. It's still a very beautiful ballerina pink. Not mad at it at all. It's just not the one we started out with. Both of them have the same one though, so we're good. So it's going to be the final coat of the base paint. It is going to be the glitter application using both glues, CrystaLacs and Hyperions, or Hyperion. It's not the company's not called Hyperion. I just call it that, but it's going to be the separate glues, and then we are going to be sealing the glitter on top of that. So you'll see me do the brush off and seal and things like that. So that being said, thank you again so much for joining. I look forward to this series and seeing just how they compare. I want to do this comparison as unbiased as possible. I'm really giving Hyperion a chance because I want to see the pros and the cons and the differences, because there are differences. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next one.
Okay, so like I said, I did do two coats prior to this, and as you can see, I grabbed the wrong color. Whoops. But to be perfectly honest, like this color is really pretty. Yes, it is several shades darker than what I would have liked, but that's okay. I don't mind it. I really just wanted a soft ballerina pink, and this will work just fine. It'll still be beautiful. I'm not mad at it. As you can see, I'm just doing nice long strokes, making sure that it is from top to bottom or bottom to top. You just want to make sure to do long strokes on the tumbler to help alleviate streaks. Now, I found that the less pressure you use, the easier it is to not get streaks. You do have to be mindful that you don't have too much product on your cup because you do not want it to pool. Now, it will pool if you put way too much on it. As you can see, I'm just pouring some on and brushing it around, making sure to get very even not streaks. We don't want that. Very even strokes. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat these. And honestly, like, I really do like this pink. It is very pretty. Now it is, looking at it, I'm looking at the Turner right now, and it's actually a whole lot darker than I would have liked. But, oh well. Mistakes happen. It is what it is. So once this is fully coated, we will put them on the turner to dry. Now, because these are CrystaLac products, this is CrystaLac's Universal White with pigments mixed in. We will let this dry for 4 hours. I do not have any of the Hyperion paints. I don't know if they have pigments, honestly, but I don't have any of their paints to try out their paints yet, so I can't give you a review on that. I don't know how they are. Maybe in the future I will be able to get them, but right now I am dealing with some things, so that's gonna have to wait a little bit. Look at that beautiful color. Okay, now we are gonna go into the glitter glue application, if you will. So as you can see on the right, I've got glitter glue. On the right, we got the Helios, which is their version of the glitter glue. Now, to keep this perfectly fair, I'm using a different brush for both applications. So we're going to go in with the glitter glue with one brush, and then I'm going to go in with the Helios with another brush. I just want to keep it as fair as possible. You see these little containers? I put my glue in there because it's easier for application. That's just me, personal preference. Now, for those of you who know me, you may know I absolutely despise Mod Podge. I do not like it. Now, when I was first trying tumblers, I got the glitter glue and I did not like it because it was really, really thin compared to Mod Podge, and I could not get it to work. Finally, with lots of trial and error, I got it to work and I actually grew to love glitter glue. In the next part, when you see me applying Helios, it's actually a lot thinner than glitter glue. Oh, take note, if you look at the strokes that I'm doing, I'm only doing half strokes. I don't want to glitter the whole tumbler, so I'm just doing half strokes up to about halfway of the tumbler. I just want the glitter on the bottom half. I do want the paint to show. Now, with the glitter that I'm using, it's a cheat glitter from It's Pretty Personal. You could still see the base through it. It just, I kind of wanted the half and half look, so that's why I'm only doing half strokes. Now, it's going to be hard to see the glitter because it is considered a cheat glitter, and if you don't want to know what a cheat glitter is, it's basically a glitter that you put on top of a color to give it that glitter look without losing the integrity of your base coat. Now, I don't know if that's the actual definition for it. That's just how I see it. So don't quote me on that. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply the glitter. And I do it how I normally do, back and forth strokes, or shaking, if you will. I don't know. I'm going to tap off the excess glitter once we're done with this, just because that's something I'm used to doing. And then when I put this up, I will show you the glitter fall. Now, this is what came off of the tumbler when I tapped it. You can see right now that there's quite a bit on the cup. And that's just excess glitter. That is perfectly normal. Oh, well, okay, so you can't really count that too, because that's also glitter that was falling when I was applying it. But, you know, that doesn't really count. But I should have did that separately. You'll see in the ceiling part of this what I mean. I'll go into better detail there because I'm just kind of losing track right now. Anyways, now we are going to go in with the Helios. Helios? I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to go in with their version of the glitter glue. Like I said, I am going to use a new brush because I want to make this as fair as possible. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell in the video just how thin it is, but it really is like water thin. I was very surprised when I opened it, but we're going to make it work. So I'm going to do the same thing. Obviously, you get the butt. I'm going to do the same thing and just do half strokes all the way up the tumbler. Now, as you can see, I kind of like look at the brush because I'm just so shocked at how thin this product really is. I will say that once I got the glitter on there, it wasn't like, it didn't dry so fast that I couldn't, I didn't feel worried because it was going to dry. Like, it really wasn't drying that fast that I couldn't apply the glitter. Now, I will say this glitter glue does dry tacky. So it will be amazing for tack it method. Super awesome. Because even if I go touch my turner right now, it is going to be tacky. So if you want a tack it method glue without getting the tack it glue, give this a try because it still dries tacky. Actually, now that I think about it, it'd probably be really good for foils too, because I have a lot of foils. I might have to try a cup with foils, but the Helios will be really good with the foils too. Now, if you live in a place like I do with lots of animals and lots of dust, you may want to get a dust cover if you do not have one already. Just a little tip. But I haven't had an issue with it. And to be perfectly honest, for those of you who don't know, CrystaLac's glitter glue does dry tacky as well. It's just not to the extent that the Helios is. The Helios is like a tack-it method tacky, which I'm not mad at all. I think it would be really great for using foils, tack-it method, what have you. So, not mad at it one bit. Now, as you can see here, there's the comparison, both halfway up, you know, looking real gorgeous. So I'm going to put those on the timers, on the turners, and let them spin. I did let them spin for 2 hours as opposed to the 30 minutes that Helios needs, because Helios only needs 30 minutes dry time. The glitter glue needs 2 hours. So I did do 2 hours for both of them. Now, you don't have to do that, obviously, but that's up to you. And I did mark my handles of my turners because I use the same turner and I didn't think about that. But here we're going to, I am drawing a blank. We are going to wipe off the excess. I don't know why that was so hard for me to figure out. We are going to clean off the excess glitter. And I'll show you the comparison as to what comes off the glitter glue cup, which is this one, and what comes off the Helios cup. As you can see, I'm showing you how much glitter is still on there. Still a good amount. Now, you'll see here in a second, if I get my act together, I don't know where I'm putting my cup, so I'm like totally confused. This is what is left over from when I cleaned off the cup. As you can see, it is a good amount. It's not terrible. I've had more. So it's not a bad amount. It is just excess. You want to make sure to get that off as well because you want the perfect application. And if you keep that on there, when you go to seal, it will actually spread. You don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and put this back into the cup. Yes, we see it, Kat. Put it in the cup. There we go. Okay, sorry. She was a little distracted there. So we're going to put that away, and then we are going to go in with the Helios. Now, I found personally that they drop about the same amount of glitter. I didn't see a huge comparison when it comes to excess glitter, which is probably a good thing. You know, you don't want a whole lot of glitter coming off. The glitter fall. You want the glitter to stay on the cup, right? I mean, just kind of common sense, I would think. But I didn't see a huge comparison. I will say that the Helios did have a little bit less. Not a whole lot. Not so much that it's like, oh my God, you have to get this. You know what I mean? But it was less. So I'm just trying to give you guys my honest comparison. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to be biased. So, you know, bear with me. I'm going to give you my absolute honest review. And I don't care who likes it and who doesn't. It just is what it is. I want what's best for you guys. And I want you to have the most raw information that you possibly can. So now we're going to go and seal them. I took off the excess. We're going to go ahead and seal them with the glitter glue and the Helios. And I'm going to give them 2 coats of, I'm going to seal them twice because I find application is a lot better when you do that. Once we seal it, then we will go into the Hyperion and Brite tone application in the next episode. So I will let you know, as of right now, I don't see a huge difference between their glues. The one difference I do see is, like I said, the Helios is more of a tack-it type glue, whereas the glitter glue doesn't really have that much of a tacky finish. It does, do not let anybody fool you. It does dry tacky, just not to the extent that the Helios one does. honestly, I would even go so far as to saying I will stop using the Tack It glue and just use the Helios glue when it comes to doing foils, Tack It method, what have you, because with the Tack It glue, it is extremely thick. I don't know if you've ever used it, but it is very, very thick. And I find that it's hard to get a good even stroke when wanting to do foils. So because this Helios is so thin, I think it'll be a lot better when it comes to foils. Now, I can do that in a future video if you'd like to see that. Just let me know down in the comments and I'll do that for you later on. But as for the actual adhesion when it comes to glitter compared to CrystaLac glitter glue, not much of a difference there that I saw. You may see different, you know, because our climates are different, our temperatures, you know, all that is different. So what you may get is going to be different from what I get, and that's perfectly fine. So that, I believe, was the glitter glue. Sorry, I was looking away and just flapping my jibs like I normally do. Yes, that was the glitter glue. Now we're going to go in with the Helios. And then once these applications are done, I will let them spin again for 2 hours. Now with the Helios, you do not need to let it spin for 2 hours. Helios is a 30-minute dry time. Glitter glue is a 2-hour dry time. And it will look shiny still. So when you put it on the turner, it still has a shine to it, which actually I'm not mad at, if I'm being perfectly honest, because who doesn't like shine, right? Like, hello. Anyways, sorry, squirrel. The Helios is a 30-minute dry time, which is amazing for those of us who have to go, 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 go. Okay, sorry I had to cut that part off. I was getting a little ahead of myself. Anyways, once this is done, I will put it on the turner for 2 hours and let them dry. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode because I'm really excited. That will be our application of the top coats, the Hyperion and the CrystaLac Brite Tone. Please make sure that you take 10 minutes to yourself today to do whatever it is that makes you happy, and don't forget, stay blessed. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.